Instead of sitting in your room playing Battlefield, I'd much rather be out here in something like this. Good afternoon, I am Braydon, a part of the Hinchinbrook Gel Blasters. Recently, after leaving school, I wanted to do something sporty with myself because, as most people know, most teenagers my age, being 18 and onwards, we're mostly behind screens and stuff like that on most days, and we don't get out and do stuff active. However, I saw the opportunity to join this group, and ever since then it's been a very awesome opportunity, and it's great. Every Sunday afternoon, me and the boys get out, we go have a run, talk about our week, and just have a general chit chat like any other sort of group would. Most of you would probably be wondering, why gel blasters? Well, unlike most people, there's a lot of sports I don't really have that urge or that passion for, where most people have, they have an urge to play footy because they have someone they look up to. Me being gel blasters, I like it because it takes things like video games like Battlefield, Call of Duty into real life, and you're actually doing it physically through exercising and all that, and all the same skills from playing those games can help you in person whilst getting exercise at the same time. Originally, my background with how this all started, because at one stage I wasn't a part of this, I didn't even own a gel blaster, and I was talking to a friend at school who was into them a little bit, and one day his father found out about it, who sort of co-runs this group, and we started talking, and we actually built a relationship whilst I was still in school about this whole gel blasting thing. And as I was sort of being an amateur and starting, and it's good, it does bring people together. From doing this, I've made numerous new friends and contacts with people through this sport, and it honestly is just a good fun sport to play. You get out, you run around, you enjoy yourself. Yes, you get eaten alive by mosquitoes, but hey, it's all part of the fun. Instead of sitting in your room playing Battlefield, I'd much rather be out here in something like this, where you're actually in a real environment, and all the skills and stuff you learn from playing the games, if you play them right, and simulators and stuff like that, and role playing, you can use it here because it all counts up. It's all usable. Like being quiet, especially being in there, it teaches you to be quiet with your footsteps and pace yourself rather than running around. Because if you stand on a stick or stand on this leaf or trip on this, other people will hear it. You will hear those movie-like cracks of a stick breaking or something like that, and even that can give you away. And it's not always action-packed here. Sometimes it can be quiet. There's been times where I've been in the bush and it's been completely silent, and you're sitting there looking around, waiting for someone to shoot or someone to fire or some sort of contact, and then you can adjust yourself and find where other people are and engage in firefights. Now recently, the last couple of weeks, we've been doing more game mode focused stuff like capture the flag and stuff like that, which changes it up, because before we used to do free fall and team deathmatch, and it was sort of just shoot until everyone's dead. We're now actually doing capture the flag. There's an objective, there's a attack and defense, and we sort of play it out sort of as you would in a video game. You know, this team has this many lives, this team has this many lives, and we sort of run it time based. We have a cameraman that often will do 10 to 15 minute time lapses of games and keep it to a certain point. And even one day we played 11 games. There was 11 recordings of separate games that we did doing that one game mode, but it was something different. Rather than running around and being paranoid about everyone, we had like 3-on-3 teams and sort of trying to work it out, go from different angles and defending an objective together rather than defending yourself and having to worry about every single angle, which changes it up, because like anything gets old, so you got to change it up. Where with this, we can change it up. We can do different game modes, we can do this, we can do that, there's endless things we can do with Gel Blasters, because you can do stuff like, yeah, your video games, or we could do roleplay stuff. Like one day I wouldn't mind doing a roleplay mission. So say we think like the army, you know, what's something the army would do? Well, we could do that. We could do attack and defenses, like the cadets. They have one squad of cadets, but they break them up into goodies and baddies, and they have objectives that they, you know, have to do. Take out a base, secure this, secure that. We could do the same, because we have all this landscape around us. We could do search and destroy, search and capture. There's endless things we could do, and I believe we should have more people here, and I encourage more people to be here, because it is a good sport. Yes, initially it can cost a bit with all the gear and weapons and stuff like that, but when you have knowledgeable people around, it can help. And there's plenty of upgrades you can do. You don't have to just buy a blaster and that's it. You can do upgrades to them and this and that. People learn how to upgrade them, or you got people you can go to that can help you with parts and numerous things. It's a big sport. It is a sport that is looked on being weaponized. It can and it is sort of touch and go in some states. Some states they're completely illegal, some they're allowed, some are sort of borderline, which is a downside to the sport. It is something that we have to be aware of. We have to treat them like a real firearm, even though they're a toy gun. Even though they're a toy and they shoot a little gel ball about this big, we still have to treat them like a real weapon. We can't just put them in our car and drive around, because if we get pulled over or anything like that, it can lead to, you know, more questioning and stuff like that with the police. So often we do have to cover them up. We can't take them into public, that sort of stuff, because they do look real, and they are very real, and they can be very real. There's parts out there that can make them metal and they can feel and act like a real gun, which they practically are. They just don't shoot blanks or bullets. It's very similar to paintball. If you think of paintball, this is pretty much the same. Some of the boys said paintball actually hurts a bit less than this does, which can be true. The closer you are to someone else, the more they do hurt, and the more your frames per second are on your blaster by doing upgrades, the more they can hurt. Like 300 FPS at a short range feels like someone's stabbing you with a needle. It can hurt. It does leave marks as well. You often have little mosquito bite marks on your body, but It gives us something to talk about and some battle scars to go away with and show people. There is, Ingham being a small town like we are, when gel blasting started here, because there was 2 groups that started gel blasting or opened it up to the public to try and bring those people out from you know, hiding and stuff like that, because some people may have gel blasters just to play with in, you know, the backyard or something like this, you know, between siblings. But I can tell you, it's a lot more funner and more enjoyable playing in a group like this. It's special. It brings people together. It brings people out. It gets people out of the house. There's all these talks, always, you know, about mental health and exercising, getting out, you know, being active, being physical, getting out, enjoying life for what it is. Because, you know, we're always wound up in stuff like depression, this and that. Like me, I suffer from depression and anxiety, but doing stuff like this gets my mind off it. Or, you know, if I'm having dramas throughout the week or stress from work, this is an opportunity to, you know, relax, have some fun, talk to people you haven't met. And it is a sport. It's a sport I'm very passionate to be a part of and do, because like I said earlier, this is a sport or something I like to do that I actually have a passion for. I actually like it. Unlike footy, like I'll play footy or cricket, but I don't have that urge, that passion to play it and enjoy it, because you sort of do have to enjoy it for what it is and put up with what it is. And it gives you an idea, even if you aren't a part of the army or something like that, it gives you a bit of an idea what it's like to be in the army, because you play sort of like they would on their training missions and stuff like that. You're in the bush, you're lying in grass, you're near, you know, you get eaten by mosquitoes, bugs, you know, you're using tactics. It's, who doesn't want to do that? And it's not just for us boys, there's girls out here, it's for everyone. It's not a male dominated thing. It is a lot of fun. There is some good moments. There is some laughing moments. It's one of the best sports. It's one of the best blaster sports I can say out there. I've done laser tag. I've done Nerf balls. I haven't done paintball, but from what I've done, I can say I'd prefer gel ball over anything. It's fun. You actually, like, being gel balls, you actually get hit by something, you actually physically feel the hit rather than, you know, a laser sensor or something going off. And what really more do you want from a sport? I love it. These blokes love it. That's why it's here. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're wanting to make it a bigger thing. Because originally it was just a small group of us that would just get together, you know, on Facebook and say, oh yeah, let's have a game at 3:30 on Sunday. But we actually want to make it a full sort of hobby business like you see in other places down south and other states that do gel blasting as well. They have dedicated fields and game modes, and they have admin and field marshals and all that. We want to make it that, and we're working towards making that. We're just fine-tuning things and trying different things. Anyway, I want to say thanks for the opportunity to speak about this amazing sport, and I'll see you out on the field.